Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer is reportedly retiring from the bench after more than 25 years on the high court. The upcoming vacancy puts President Biden in a position to make his first nomination, one that could make history in a number of ways.
KCRA 3's Jared Hill joins us right now on how the administration is responding.
Galston and Lisa, right now the White House is sort of dodging the question of what happens next, at least until Justice Breyer makes an official announcement on his retirement. But President Biden in the past has promised to nominate a black woman to a vacant seat on the Supreme Court. First time in history. With news that Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer will step down, President Biden delaying comment.
Let him make whatever statement he's going to make, and I'll be happy to talk about it later.
But on the campaign trail in 2020, a promise to voters.
I'll appoint the first black woman to the courts. It's required that they have representation now. It's long overdue.
Analysts say whomever fills Justice Breyer's seat will likely share his more liberal legal stance. The 83-year-old, in his 27 years on the court, writing two major opinions in support of abortion rights and taking a stance against the death penalty. Though likely historic, the pick probably won't be judicially poignant.
This should have no impact on the court's overall philosophy. There is a very broad 6-3 conservative to liberal split in the court right now. Breyer is one of the three liberals.
Today, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said they'll maneuver whoever it is through the confirmation process quickly. As we saw back in 2020, that could be as fast as less than a month. Reporting at the White House, I'm Jared Hill for KCRA 3 News.
And right now it's expected that Justice Breyer will leave at the end of the Supreme Court's summer the Supreme Court's term this summer.
Senator Alex Padilla released a statement saying in part, quote, in his nearly 3 decades of service on the Supreme Court, Justice Breyer has demonstrated his commitment to justice, fairness, and equality under law time and time again. Senator Padilla continued to say, quote, as a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, I look forward to confirming an outstanding nominee who will faithfully uphold our constitutional values and reflect the diversity of our country.